was over not too long after it started. First-round knockout for Mike Tyson over Clifford Etienne. Tyson with an overhand right to the side of Etienne's head. Etienne's knee buckled under him, and he went down hard to the canvas, and that was it. Tyson improved to 38-0 in non-title bouts, 50-4 overall, 44 KOs, and 22 first-round knockouts. So Mike Tyson may be headed to a rematch with Lennox Lewis. That fight proposed for June. We'll see if it happens. Coming up, lots of post-fight news, conference coverage. We're going to be hearing from both of the fighters involved in this one and expert analysis as well, so stick with us here for complete coverage of Tyson Etienne right here on ESPN News. And a poll question we've been asking tonight: what is your current perception of Mike Tyson? ESPNnews.com is the place for you to vote. So if you haven't done so already, please log on and let us know what you think.
This fight, and you know, he knew we had to start quick in this fight, you know, because his condition may have not been, you know, 100%, and he did well.
Well, you know, this fight went almost in a textbook way, the way you anticipated it. Etienne helped you out. He stood right in front of Mike Tyson. Did land some punches, but he's an arm puncher. Did this fight go strategically exactly the way you thought it might?
Yeah, you know, they told me that Buddy was going to make him into a boxer and change his style, and I said, you can't change a guy in 6 weeks, you know. I said, this guy's a comer. He's going to, as soon as the bell rings, he's going to do what comes natural to him. He's going to come to Mike, and he's going to walk into some shots, and it was exactly like I thought. He was a little bit cold in the first round. I told Mike, go after him right away, Mike. I said, this guy's really cold. And Mike said, yeah, you're right. And he did what he did it.
Mike said immediately after the fight, Freddie, that he has a broken back, that he broke it actually in a motorcycle accident. We're not sure when. What have you heard regarding the back?
The doctor did tell him his back is disintegrating. It's been kind of an ongoing injury, but it's when it's disintegrating, so it's, you know, it sounds real bad. And you know, he does have a bad back, and it was a real problem, but he just fought through it.
Freddie, thanks very much, and congratulations. We'll have more from Memphis shortly.
Okay, guys, thanks a lot. Mike Tyson gets his 22nd first-round knockout. That's more knockouts in the first round than he has in all of his other rounds of his career combined. He also picks up his 50th career win and improves to 38-0 in non-title bouts. Much more post-fight news conference coverage coming up, so stick with us here on ESPN News. Mike Tyson, a first-round knockout of Clifford Etienne. Tyson with an overhand right to the side of Etienne's head. Etienne's manager, Les Bonanno, had said that Etienne had a problem with blows to his temple, and Tyson able to deliver first-round knockout, his 22nd first-round knockout. And Jeremy Schaap with Mike Tyson now in Memphis, and we go there live. Jeremy?
A spectacular first-round victory for Mike Tyson. 49 seconds over the Black Rhino, Clifford Etienne. Oh, Mike, excuse me, Mike, let me get in there for just a few moments. Did this fight meet your expectations?
No, I need more rounds, and man, you know, people are excited to see me knock guys out because that's basically how I made my reputation. But I need more rounds. I can't, after a fight like this, 14 seconds, 49 seconds, and go in there with Lewis, a competent fighter that's active. You know what I mean? God bless me, and I was lucky to catch him with a shot. But I need to go back to the gym, man.
Is this what you expected though tonight?
I don't know what. I'm just looking forward to this. Work hard and go there and fight hard and win, be successful winning.
Were you surprised, Mike, that Clifford Etienne decided to just stand toe-to-toe with you and trade punches?
Well, that's how he made his reputation. That's what these rhinos do. Rhinos don't dance, but it was so ironic because when he fought Bolter, he was very elusive. And I thought he was going to be elusive because he can be very elusive. This is my daughter in the cap. This is my daughter.
Hi.
Such a tumultuous week, Mike. How did all of the events of the past week affect you?
Listen, I broke my back, and I don't even know how I'm standing. It's a miracle, but the doctor had did something. They took me to the pain center, and I wasn't supposed to fight, but what am I going to do? I'm going to take care of my family.
How did you break your back?
Motorcycle accident probably a couple of years ago. And then I was doing my sit. I do 2,500 sit-ups a day, and I do them with 20 pounds on me. And it's one day I went up and I came down. I couldn't go back up, and I couldn't box. Every time I boxed, and something happened. I don't know if a guy hit me, or they say he didn't hit me, but I don't know. Sometime in the gym, you know, I don't know. I trust my, they're new trainers. I trust them, but I was boxing with this African guy, Friday. What's Friday's full name? Anybody know Friday's full name? Well, everyone, if I mention in the fight world, knows who he is, an African heavyweight fighter. And I passed out twice, and I thought he clipped. They say he didn't knock me out, but I'm sure he hit me. But he said he didn't hit me, and I was just leery about that, too. And the doctor told me probably from the nerves in my spine, and it just exasperated me. And I was just a little frightened about that. But, you know, I mean, look at me, what I'm going to do. I'm not going to go and become a rocket scientist all of a sudden.
How did your back feel after the fight?
Well, I don't know. I had the rounds didn't go long enough to really find out. I need to just go back to Vegas, let's go back to the hospital and find out.
Do you think that Clifford Etienne was intimidated by you and by the situation?
Well, you know, regardless about, I don't think he's intimidated me as a fighter, but then the atmosphere is very intimidating. You know, if you're not in an emotional state, in a proper emotional shape, you'll fall to pieces in some kind of environment like this. I don't care sometimes how experienced you are. You lose that edge, you lose that discipline, you lose that focus. For a tenth of a second, let's take a second too long in this game. A tenth of a millisecond, and you fall to pieces. I don't know, but ask him, you have to ask him. But I'm sure most fighters are not afraid of me as a person. Most fighters really are tough people. They're not afraid of me outside the ring, but this is a different environment.
Are you ready to fight Lennox Lewis again?
Well, I'm not ready to fight really anyone now. I could fight him now, but I want to fight and win successful and look good winning. I don't want the decision. I need more training, more boxing. I just need to stay in the gym and be a gym rat. I'm not going to lie. I can go in there and fight, and I'm never going there and look for a knockout and try to knock him out with one punch. I need to go in there, put my punches together, and concentrate and be a consummate fighter as I once was.
8 months ago in this very same arena, Lennox Lewis defeated you handily. Tonight's victory, does it in any way exercise any of the demons from that evening?
No, not really, but I'm just happy I'm successful, and I'm just happy that the Memphis and Mississippi crowd and the Southern crowd, 17,000, 14,000, whatever, they came to support me, and I'm just happy, and I'm just very grateful. This is just a moment in my life that I'm just very grateful, because I was feeling real bad, not necessarily from the fight, but just many obstacles in my life, and I don't know if I really still want to fight. And I don't know what I want. I need to just think about my life and what I really want to do.
You're not sure that you want to still fight?
I don't know. You know, I'm a Muslim. I do so many things that's so outrageous, and I've been doing this for 25 years. Can you believe that? Probably 26 years I've been fighting. And
Since you were 10 years old?
Yeah, and the fact is, I didn't get any dignity from it, and I've got nothing from it. You know, I really got nothing to establish me as a man, a human being. You know, I'm a big, tough guy, as people may see, but I'm just, Panama Lewis, come over here. But as you see, I don't know. I just need to think. I need to do a lot of thinking and find out where my occupation is heading, and do talking, and I don't know. I have a lot of demons I'm dealing with, and I'm just so happy Allah blessed me and didn't forsake me again. I'm just very grateful.
You're expressing some doubt about your future in the ring, but I can't believe you're telling us that you're not going to fight again.
It was a serious possibility. Like I said before, there's a lot of things I got to consider in my life. You know what I mean? I fought this guy. Maybe it was 40. It was how much? It was 49 seconds.
49 seconds.
I only got like $5 or $6 million. I feel pretty cheap.
You mean you cheated the fans?
No, I've been cheated.
You've been cheated $6 million for 49 seconds?
I believe so. I've trained real hard with a broken back, sir, with bronchitis. Been knocked out twice. And listen, I have some issues, so I don't really know. It's really, I got to think about what I want to do with my occupation.
Mike, it's been, you know, there's been so much that's gone on. The tattoo. One second, Mike. Okay, we're good? Mike, can I ask you, he's got to go take a drug test. I can hear you now.
All right, so Jeremy Schaap in, I guess a happy Tyson locker room, but seemingly a confused Tyson locker room. It's hard to tell whether he's ever going to fight again after that interview, but we did learn some things about Mike Tyson, that he believes he got knocked out in training for this fight, and also doctors have told him that he's got a broken back that occurred while he was doing sit-ups and apparently arose out of a motorcycle accident. So I'm sure there'll be more about that. But tonight, Tyson celebrating his 50th career win. And now he's got an identical record with the legendary Sonny Liston. But Tyson gets the edge with 5 more knockouts. This was the 22nd first-round knockout of Tyson's career. Always compelling, though, listening to Mike Tyson. Our ESPNnews.com poll question tonight: what is your current perception of Mike Tyson? Got 4 choices there. If you haven't logged on, we'd get your thoughts on this one. So far, could become champion again is leading away 36% of the vote. Over 7,600 voters checking in. Again, ESPNnews.com is the place for you to cast your vote. And again, much more coming up from Memphis. Both fighters are going to take the podium later for the post-fight news conference. We're going to bring it. So once again, Mike Tyson comes back from that loss to Lennox Lewis and rebounds against Clifford Etienne. First-round knockout for Tyson, just 49 seconds into the fight. Tyson improves to 38-0 in non-title bouts. It was his 22nd first-round knockout of his career. Tyson with a big overhand right. He hit Etienne right on the temple, and Etienne's manager said he was susceptible to punches to the temple, and that's where Tyson got him. Etienne's knee buckled under him, and he went down, didn't get up, and the fight called at that point. So Mike Tyson moving on back to Memphis now for more analysis.
By Al Bernstein, and Al, obviously a very introspective and self-questioning Mike Tyson. What, in fact, did he prove tonight?
You know, one interesting thing about your interview is Mike Tyson understands very well what took place today and was quite honest this evening. He knows that he beat a fighter that stood in front of him and was certainly someone that he could beat. He understood quite clearly that this wasn't a great performance, that his power got him through, and as he pointed out, if he's going to fight at a higher level against better heavyweights, not just Lennox Lewis, he's going to have to really create a different foundation for his boxing. And I think part of the reason why he's saying maybe he doesn't want to fight again, Jeremy, is he's questioning whether he can do that in the context of his life and still have his life be acceptable to him.
And he told me that if he does fight Lennox Lewis again, he will need some prep fights before that. Do you think his management would allow that to happen? Obviously, if he fights again, he fights somebody not of Lennox Lewis's caliber. He's not going to make a lot of money, and he could subject himself to a defeat.
It's a real conundrum for him and for the people that promote him, the network that puts him on. The level of opponent would have to be raised this next time, maybe be of a different style. Could Mike Tyson do exactly what he did here against that other opponent? Even he is wondering whether that's the case. So it's for him to have 2 or 3 tune-up fights. They are not going to be $5 million tune-up fights unless he really steps it up a notch and fights better heavyweights, and there's a big question as to whether he can beat them. Even he has those questions.
Mike said that he didn't think that Clifford Etienne was necessarily afraid of him or intimidated by him, but in fact intimidated by the circumstance, by the situation. That's something you suggested a few days ago. I'm just wondering if you think, based on what we saw tonight, that he was, in fact, intimidated by the situation.
I think intimidated by the moment, and he did the best he could, but under the right circumstances, Etienne couldn't get it done, not enough power.
We're going to throw it now to the podium at the press conference where Clifford Etienne, the Black Rhino, is now addressing the media.
Some kind of random test. There is a receipt in the game where I'm Georgia. No.
So again, Clifford Etienne, the Black Rhino, goes down to Mike Tyson. First round knockout for Tyson, the 50th win of his career, 22nd first round knockout. Etienne got this fight because they believed he was the kind of fighter that Tyson could dispatch with very quickly, because he was willing to stand toe-to-toe. And he stood toe-to-toe with Tyson and paid for it as he goes down in this one. Etienne also lost to Frezequendo back in March of last year by TKO in the 8th round. He got knocked down 7 times in that fight. And he's speaking out at the podium. Let's listen in.
Yeah, I'm okay, man. Yeah, I'm okay. I'm all right. What you want me to do? Say my ABCs for you? Want to do some trigonometry for you? Calculus? Thank you. Let me get it. Person, man, I know this stuff. I know. Come on, dude. This is places where I know I can. Yeah, I know. Oh, man. Everlast. Look at these. What's happening? ¿Cómo estás? Yeah? ¿Qué? ¿Qué? Look, yes, but yeah. Now, I wasn't listening for English just then. Man, look, man. I'm about to get out of here, man.
Ended. Here's a look at how the fight ended. You see, there was that big overhand right from Tyson to the side of Etienne's head, and his knee buckled under him. And that was the end of the fight, just 49 seconds in. Let's go back to the news conference now and listen in as we hope they're ready to get started.
It's all right. You did that.
Ladies and gentlemen, the attendance for tonight's event was...
All right, tell you what, we're going to take a break, and we'll get you right back to Memphis to hear the post-fight comments of Clifford Etienne after Mike Tyson's first-round knockout, so stick with us here on ESPN News. Stan Red, Bill Pito back here on ESPN News. Here it is. This is pretty much the entire Mike Tyson-Clifford Etienne fight right there, at least everything you need to see. First-round knockout for Tyson, just 49 seconds into the fight. And that's it. Referee Bill Clancy counts out Etienne, and it's all over. Tyson with a 50th win of his career and his 22nd first-round knockout. Nearly 40% of his fights by first-round knockouts. 38-0 now in non-title bouts, and 44 knockouts for his career. And we head back out to Memphis for more post-fight coverage. Jeremy Schaap and Al Bernstein now to put a wrap on it.
Well, Clifford Etienne did last a full 12 seconds longer than Lou Savarese when he fought Mike Tyson in Glasgow, Scotland in the year 2000, but not a very impressive performance. Al Bernstein, Buddy McGirt, Clifford Etienne's trainer, said all week he was going to have his fighter go toe-to-toe, trade punches with Mike Tyson. It seems to have been a major blunder.
It really was. Now, the fact is that, as Freddie Roach said to us, there's no way Buddy McGirt could have turned Etienne in one session of training before a fight into a fancy boxer. But what Etienne did for about the first 15 seconds of this was throw some good jabs and just slight movement to the right or the left. Even that would have been more impressive and maybe might have elongated this fight. But instead, as you see, what he did was he stood in front of Tyson, exchanged with him, did land some punches against Tyson, but he's an arm puncher without the power of Tyson, and he has a problem with big punchers. He was knocked down 7 times by Kendo, a couple times by Botha. So when he decided to engage with Tyson, it was absolutely the wrong strategy, Jeremy.
Al, in any way whatsoever, has Mike Tyson reestablished some degree of credibility as a heavyweight tonight?
No, he is not. And I don't mean that to be derogatory to what he did. He was able to beat Clifford Etienne, but he admitted, and so did Freddie Roach, they knew, as I said to my keys to victory before the fight, he had to make this, think of it as a 3-round fight. You can't do that with all these other heavyweights. Mike Tyson admitted as much to you. So even he knows this fight, while it got him an important win in terms of marketability, didn't establish him as a guy that would beat top heavyweights yet. He thinks maybe more work would do that. That remains to be seen.
Al, if you were Mike Tyson's advisor or his trainer at this point in time, and you know that a Lennox Lewis rematch is in the making at this point, how would you prepare him for that rematch?
The only way to truly prepare him is to really get him trained as well as he can be trained, get him prepared, and have him fight a good heavyweight as a tune-up. The problem with that is you stand the chance of losing. Even Tyson understood that, and when he talked to you, Jeremy, he was quite clear on it. He understood that he needed to get a fight in which he did more than just land one big overhand right and knock out a guy that they know has issues taking punches.
It does seem rather odd, but Mike Tyson very much in position to fight again for the World Heavyweight Championship.
Potentially, but even he knows he can't walk right in and fight Lewis next time and expect to win. But yes, he might still be able to get that match.
Al, thanks very much. A convincing, if not very revelatory win for Mike Tyson tonight in Memphis.
Okay, guys, thanks a lot. So once again, Mike Tyson, a first-round knockout of Clifford Etienne. Tyson with another first-round knockout. When it comes to quick finishes, nobody does it better. Of all the fighters who've held the undisputed heavyweight crown, Tyson's first-round knockout percentage of nearly 40% is by far the best. Jack Dempsey next at 33%. Iron Mike, 21 first-round knockouts in 53 career bouts. And our poll question here, what is your current perception of Mike Tyson? That's the question we've been asking tonight at ESPNnews.com. We're asking for you to log on and vote. So far, just under 9,000 votes in, and could be champion again, leading at 38%. Leading even before the fight, and now these numbers picked up a little bit more among those who believe Tyson could be the champion again. After the fight, Tyson, pretty compelling interview with Jeremy Schaap. In case you missed it a few minutes ago, here it is again.
Mike, a spectacular first-round victory for Mike Tyson. 49 seconds over the Black Rhino, Clifford Etienne. Oh, Mike, excuse me, Mike. Let me get in there for just a few moments. Did this fight meet your expectations?
No, I need more rounds, and man, you know, people are excited to see me knock guys out because that's basically how I made my reputation. But I need more rounds. I can't, after a fight like this, 14 seconds, 49 seconds, and go in there with Lewis, a competent fighter that's active. You know what I mean? God bless me, and I was lucky to catch him with a shot. But I need to go back to the gym, man.
Is this what you expected, though, tonight?
I don't know what. I'm just looking forward to just work hard and go there and fight hard and win, be successful winning.
Were you surprised, Mike, that Clifford Etienne decided to just stand toe-to-toe with you and trade punches?
Well, that's how he made his reputation. That's what these rhinos do. Rhinos don't dance, but it was so ironic because when he fought Bolter, he was very elusive. And I thought he was going to be elusive because he can be very elusive. This is my daughter, Mikal.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. Hi.
Such a tumultuous week, Mike. How did all of the events of the past week affect you?
Listen, I broke my back, and I don't even know how I'm standing. It's a miracle, but the doctor had did something. They took me to the pain center, and I wasn't supposed to fight, but what am I going to do? I'm going to take care of my family.
How did you break your back?
A motorcycle accident probably a couple of years ago, and then I was doing my sit. I do 2,500 sit-ups a day, and I do them with 20 pounds on me. And it's one day I went up, and I came down. I couldn't go back up, and I couldn't box. Every time I boxed, and something happened. I don't know if a guy hit me, or they say he didn't hit me, but I don't know. Sometime in the gym, you know, I don't know. I trust their new trainers. I trust them, but I was boxing with this African guy, Friday. What's Friday's full name? Anybody know Friday's full name? Well, everyone, if I mention it.
About 20 minutes ago, now we go live. Clifford Etienne and Tyson, the post-fight news conference.
Yeah. Yeah, it really is back. I'm glad y'all come by, man, and see that, I mean, we both warriors, two warriors, you know, and anything can happen. When they clash heads, anybody could go, you know. Mike, I hope Mike the best in his career, but most of all, I hope him the best in his life.
Thank you.
Yeah, because boxing career don't last that long, not as long as your lifetime, man. You know what I'm saying? So think about something after boxing, baby. Assalamu alaikum, my king.
Alaikum assalam. Welcome to Allah.
Thank you.
Shelley, you want to speak, or Freddie Roach, or just go right to Mike? Go ahead, Mike.
I'm just happy that the Memphis crowd came out to see me. I'm happy that I was able to give you a better show than last time. And I don't know, I just look forward to come back again if you ask for me again. Thank you very much for considering offering me to come back.
We'll take whatever questions from the legitimate press, and we got to go slow, so walk up. There are mics up there. Please address and identify yourself.
David Lee, Fox 13, Memphis. Mike, were you relieved to finally, after this whole week, get into the ring and have the result that you had tonight?
Well, everyone's happy to have a successful victory. I wish we went more rounds. You know, it's good because it's exciting for the crowd, but for fighters need rounds. Fighters need to be active. I'm not going to beat no fighter like Lennox Lewis and those guys are less than active. If I don't have 2 fights or 3, I'm not going to beat them. That's just the way it is. If you're not an active fighter can't beat an active fighter. It's just the way it is. A consummate active fighter, you're not going to beat them. I don't care how great you guys think I am. It's not going to happen. I just got different alternates in my life sometimes now. I like doing other things too. I'm like getting high. I like hanging out with my kids. I like drinking a little. I just like to do a lot of other things now.
Next question. Go ahead. Go to the mic, please. Go to the mic.
Yes.
It's right behind you. It's right behind you.
Well, you speak loud enough. I hear you.
Thanks. What you were saying about needing to be more active, Mike, does that suggest you want another fight before meeting Lewis? Is that practical, or
well,
what do you think?
It has to be practical.
Yes.
It has to be. There's no way I can fight those guys like that. It's just no way. You know what I mean? Yeah, I'll get a lot of money, hopefully, but, you know, I mean, you never get what they offer you, but, you know, I don't know. I'm not too, I don't have a high crescendo about my boxing career. I've been doing this for probably 23 to 25 years of my life. I'm 36, and I haven't received any dignity from it. I've received a lot of pain from it. I'd have probably received it just in my average everyday life if I didn't fight, but it made me not like Mike Tyson no more. So when your guys show me love, I hate you because I don't like myself. So we got a little, I got to catch 22 within my own identity. You know what I mean? That's how come I'm very harsh with you sometimes because I'm very tyrannical because I'm not happy with myself. I don't care if I live and die. I don't give a fuck about any of y'all, but I do. I just got some issues I got to clean. I know people laugh. I'm not being real. I'm just being sincere because I'm in pain. I don't know if I'm ever going to love anybody. I definitely don't think anybody will ever love me. But that's just the way it is right now. You know, I mean, boxing's cool, but I got some serious, serious demons I'm fighting.
How does Lewis fit into that general thing you just talked about? You know, the things you're dealing with and thinking about.
He doesn't fit in. He doesn't. Fuck him. In a disrespectful way, but just he doesn't fit in with my whole. What I'm saying, my
it's planned. I think he said it doesn't just fit in right now with his plan.
Thank you, Mike.
I don't know. Knockouts are good, but real fighters need to go rounds and rounds and rounds. That's improved fighters. Knockouts are exciting for sometimes, you know, people that are neophytes in boxing. People come to fights not just actually to see the actual consummate fighting. They come to see someone get hurt or knocked out. That's the whole barbaric scene of the sport. But there are people here that enjoy the science of it, the technique of it, one style against another style. It's truly a mixed martial arts style. We never say so, but it's truly mixed martial arts because most styles are different. And it's one style against the other, but truly, styles don't make fights. Morale makes fights. You could be a boxer, you could be a slugger, but whoever wants it the most makes the fights great. Clifford. No one has a better style. They just have more determination and more desire. And some people are just more talented than others. Because when you meet somebody just as talented, now you have to deal with somebody that wants it more. Are you more determined than this guy? Then that's where it comes down to. I'm pretty hungry, but being hungry is not enough to be a consummate professional.
The question for Clifford Etienne. Clifford,
¿Cómo estás?
were you disappointed with the way the fans reacted?
Can you
on your
identify
way out?
yourself first, please?
Yeah, David Lee, Fox 13, Memphis. Were you disappointed with the way the fans seemed to treat you on the way out?
Yeah, man. Some big Caucasian guy told me I was P-U-S-S-Y. You know what I'm saying? And I know ain't none of that in me. You know what I'm saying? None of that in me.
Let him come and fight you then.
Thank you. Oh, I was trying to get to him. I was trying to get to him.
Anybody could beat. I can beat anybody in the world in my living room, watching them on television. Just like anybody in the world in here could beat me sitting on their couch with a beer.
Yeah.
That's just the way it is. You know, we get guys that we're all macho. We would see people on television. We say, "Oh, he ain't nothing. If I knew how to rap, if I had time, I could rap better than him." You know, we all say something. We always, everybody, I guess, want to be somebody. But
yeah.
We are somebody. But just everybody can't have a card and just have a business, because that's just the way the world is. Too many people. That's why we got population control. Some people we gotta go.
Right over here.
Mike, Jason Smith, ESPN Sports Ticker. Talk about the right you hit him with, what you saw going into that, and how you finished it off.
I don't know. I was legit. Just a few minutes before we came out, Freddie would say, "You need to use your angles." I was feeling stiff, and Freddie said, "You need to use your angles." And the opportunity arrived when we went to the side, and I just had my left hand on. I just waited. "Hey, Graham, how you doing?" I was just fortunate to hit him. Thank God. He's all right, and nothing happened. Because I seen he fall on his leg, and I remember Larry Holmes fell and hurt his leg slightly like that, and I was just worrying that he didn't break his leg.
Oh, hell no, I hurt my leg. I'm straight.
He said his leg's fine, Mike.
No,
Thank God.
I'm cool, man. I didn't know he was saying nothing.
But you know, we're not Superman. Anything can happen.
No, yeah, I'm
no
straight.
one's Superman. We can easily everybody. Losing is nothing unordinary. Everyone happens to do that once in a while in life. If you don't lose in the ring, we lose in life. Losing is ingredients to winning. If you look at it that way, I guess. I don't know. I look at it like that.
Yes.
Stephen Robinson from WXVT, Greenville, Mississippi. Mike, we often hear about fighters being inspired. Was there any inspiration heading to this fight for you? Anyone inspired you, or something that inspired you that was said to maybe help you win this fight, you think?
I was just happy. It's not real. I just had a chance to spend a couple of months, probably a month, 28 days with my kids, and that was pretty inspiring, I thought. I don't know how long that's going to continue. I have these little episodes with there's little parent episodes between the two parents. I don't know, man. I need to take care of me before I can take care of anybody. Yes, I was in better shape, but I didn't have the morale in the last fight that I had in this fight. You know, it's more than fighting than resting and being in shape. You know, it's just the character of heart, fighting well. You know, it's more than that. There's fighters, Joe Louis and Sugar Ray Robinson used to come out of the club at 4 o'clock in the morning with their clothes on, then go run 5 miles with their shoes on and go running with their suits on, silk, fly, wave. Go run 5 miles, right from the club with their shoes, kiss their girls, and go run 5 miles, then go home, rest, go to the gym and train, box 10 rounds. Those are consummate professionals. Those are professionals. Regardless if they're great or not, they are professionals. If they were bums and they lost 10 fights out of 15, they are professionals about their job. I haven't been a professional in a long time.
Any other questions?
Hi, Steve. Hey, man, I'm a fighter. That's your guys' job. I'm just happy that I'm successful and no one's hurt and everybody made some money, I guess, you know?
When Mike did see the knockout, when they were replaying it on Showtime, Mike was concerned at that point about Clifford and the way he went down and his leg. I mean, that's the first thing he said is he okay? He's worried that he didn't break his leg or anything else. He said, when I've seen fighters go down like that sometimes they could break a leg or whatever. So, I mean, that was his first concern, and that was his first comment.
Shelley.
Yes. Go ahead, Tim.
Mike, right here.
Tim.
You were talking
Tim
about
Smith,
Ray
New York Daily
Robinson
News.
and Sugar. You were talking about Ray Robinson and Joe Louis being consummate professionals. Are you ready at this point to sort of rededicate yourself and be the kind of professional that they are?
Well, listen, I don't know about that. I'm just keeping it. I could lie. Hey, yeah, I'm ready and pumped. I just want to do what makes me happy. If I want to do something else, if I want to be with a woman at time, I don't want to train, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to do what I want to do. You know what I mean? If I feel like training, I try to go to the gym every day. If I happen to be with a woman, I come the next day too. But I'm just gonna take my beating like a man, but I'm gonna just see how much I could take. Yes, I don't know. I can only go so long, sir.
Do you want to fight more regularly?
Well, I would like to, but like I say, I got a lot of shit I gotta deal with, man.
What do you take from this fight tonight? I mean, it was such a quick fight. You probably want to get in some more rounds, but.
Well, I'm just here, and I'm just happy that I was successful, and I'm sure when we go to the gym and I see Freddie and I see Tyrone, and I was wondering why Jeff Finch, I don't think he made his flight. I don't know. We have to have a great team that's just giving our all. You know what I mean? We're not saying we're great. We're just putting in great efforts. No, I had no regrets. I don't know. I have regrets about nothing. I don't have any regrets about going to prison. I don't have any regrets about anything. Maybe if I was a better child, maybe that's not a regret, but probably I wouldn't been doing. I probably been in school somewhere, like my sister and my brother. But I don't know. I'm just here, brother, trying to exist in a world that nobody knows what we're doing. We don't know what's going on. We just living and trying to find out what these cryptic messages in Bibles and Qurans and these books even if we find out these cryptic messages, are we going to get a reward? Are you going to tell me, do you know that this is going to kill you? Do you know this is this? Do you know the white man or the Jewish man or the Arab man or so what? Everybody's reading these complex dissertations. So what? You can read, what this 50-foot word, and I don't care. I have to feed my kids. I have to feed myself.
Just, Mike.
That maybe that I'm a domesticated animal. Mike, Mike. Yeah.
One more thing. About your back, I know you've always had problems with your back. Can you talk about you said in the ring there was a motorcycle accident that caused that? Was that some while ago, or is this a chronic situation?
In 97.
Okay.
I don't know. One of these, I don't know, maybe after the Holyfield fight. I'm really not sure. I got in a bad motorcycle accident in Connecticut, and I hurt my back and my ribs pretty well, and my lungs, and I just never really took care of it properly because I was a lot younger, and I just didn't care anyway. I didn't think I was going to fight again anyway, so I didn't care. And I guess I was fortunate enough to fight, and I started working out, and hey, Doc, where the doc at? Mooga, Doc, come here, Doc. Tell him, Doc, what happened. Doc, tell him, Doc. Give him the mic. I'm Jack. Doc, go over there, Jack. Tell him what's wrong with him, Doc.
We'll get him. Doc, get to the mic, please. We can't afford 2 knockouts in one night, Doc.
Now ask him, Tim.
Okay.
My name is Dr. Gadu Meduka. I'm a graduate of University of Tennessee, Memphis. I'm also a spine surgeon. Mike have chronic back pain. We don't think it's that bad to stop him from fighting.
Okay, Mike.
So I think he needs to, with proper, if he's being taken care of by us, and if his trainer is taking care of him, he should be able to continue fighting. Thank you.
Thank you, Doctor.
Mike.
Tomorrow, man.
On the right side, Mike. Jarvis Greer, Channel 5, Memphis, over this way. Do you have a timetable for what you want to do now? I know you say you haven't thought about it that much, you don't look that far in the future, but do you have a timetable after this fight, knowing that Lewis is on the horizon, on what exactly it is you want to do to get yourself ready for that kind of matchup?
Well, I have to be constant and just persistent and consistent in what I do as a occupation to fight these, to fight these type of fighters. You know what I mean? When I was younger, I could not train for a month, don't train for the whole session and go beat a guy. I'm 19, 20, 21 years old, egotistical. you know, you get caught up, and the next thing you know, you're just better than these guys. They may be intimidated, and one day somebody wants to just give a thing. And that's just how it is in this business. You know, I don't mean to be crude, but that's what we're in, a crude, barbaric, bloodthirsty sport. Even though sometimes your guys say, wow, he's crazy. What kind of business am I in? Tell me about what kind of business I am.
Jim Masilak with a commercial appealer in Memphis. Clifford, Clifford, how will you look back at this week, you know, and over here?
Right there, Clifford.
What's up?
Not much. How will you look back at this week, the whole on-off again thing? And I mean, how will you reflect, I guess, on this week and when you look back on it?
I reflect on it as I don't even think about it no more. You know what I'm saying? It's done. It's history. You know? I was glad I could come up here and fight, though. You know? But that's gone, you know? After something bad happens in my life or something that, you know, that throws my mind off some kind of way, after it's over, I put it out of my mind.
That's what I do too. Like last night, fuck that. It's over. I never said it never happened.
Yeah.
You know, I remember when I was a young kid, I always watched Bobby Chacon and all these guys fight, and they get knocked out, and then they come back and fight the guy like they knocked him out the last time they fought. Yeah. And that's what it's all about. It's just a business. It's a business that concerns a lot of discipline and technique, and there's a lot of dedication. And
more than anybody in here knows.
Yeah, I don't know. It's just, this is a very hard sport. I used to laugh at people when they say, you know, boxing is a hard sport. I said, no, it's not. Are you crazy? I do this in my sleep. But as you get older and you learn truly, when I was a young man fighting, I never understood the true basics of boxing.
Mike, you talk a lot here, man.
I'm leaving then.
But
bye.
You confuse yourself. Look, I'm about to get out of here, too. Hey.
Shelley, you want to say anything? I'd like to thank everybody.
I'll tell you what, whether you find him repulsive or remarkable, he's really compelling to listen to. Mike Tyson, a first round...
heck of a therapist, wouldn't he?
First round knockout of Clifford Etienne tonight. And pretty quick, 49 seconds. It was the 6th quickest knockout of Iron Mike's career. Quickest KO of his career came in '86 when he finished Marvis Frazier in just 30 seconds. Another thing his 6 quickest knockouts have in common is that they were all non-title bouts. So again, our poll question, been asking you all night tonight, ESPNnews.com, what is your current perception of Mike Tyson? And could-be champion again has been leading throughout the night. Those numbers improved after the results of the fight were in. And, you know, on these cold nights, it takes the machine a minute to warm up. But now, up to 39% now, so Mike Tyson maybe made some believers. May need a couple more tune-up fights before he fights Lennox Lewis. Of course, that may be determined by how bad that back pain is that he talked about. You heard his doctor even at the podium. So, really a lot of questions for Mike Tyson, but no question about his performance in the ring tonight against Clifford Etienne. First-round knockout in just 49 seconds, a crushing right-hand blow to the head, finishing that fight.
Coming up, new crew taking you through the overnight. Mike Tyson, quick knockout tonight. Much more post-fight reaction and analysis coming up on ESPN News.
Keith Russell knocking out another show with J.W. Stewart. Mike Tyson's quickest knockout ever, 30 seconds.
His fight with Clifford Etienne lasted longer, but not much longer. After a week of uncertainty, the Mike Tyson-Clifford Etienne heavyweight fight went off as scheduled Saturday night. For Tyson, it's a chance to get a rematch with heavyweight champ Lennox Lewis. For Etienne, it's a chance to make a name for himself. Says Etienne's trainer, Buddy McGirt, quote, "This is his title fight. He wants to upset the apple cart." The last time Tyson was in Memphis, he was knocked out by Lewis. And there is Iron Mike and his new tattoo. And his opponent, Clifford Etienne. Early in the first round, Etienne comes out swinging. And then Mike Tyson connects with a vicious right hand. There goes the mouthpiece. Check, please. I'll take my 900 grand. Thank you. Well, Tyson, gracious in victory, helps him up off the canvas. First round knockout in 40 9 seconds. It is Mike Tyson's 50th career win, now 50-4 with 44 KOs, and he has never lost a non-title bout, now 38-0 all-time in non-title bouts. Interesting to note that Etienne predicted a 4th-round KO of Tyson. Boy, was he wrong. Here's Jeremy Schaap with Mike Tyson.
A spectacular first-round victory for Mike Tyson, 49 seconds over the Black Rhino, Clifford Etienne. Oh, Mike, excuse me, Mike, let me get in there for just a few moments. Did this fight meet your expectations?
No, I need more rounds in, man. You know, people are excited to see me knock guys out because that's basically how I made my reputation, but I need more rounds. I can't, after a fight like this, 14 seconds, 49 seconds, and go in there with Lewis, a competent fighter that's active, you know what I mean? God bless me, and I was lucky to catch him with a shot. But I need to go back to the gym, man.
Is this what you expected, though, tonight?
I don't know what. I'm just looking forward to just work hard and go there and fight hard and win, be successful winning.
Were you surprised, Mike, that Clifford Etienne decided to just stand toe-to-toe with you and trade punches?
Well, that's how he made his reputation. That's what these rhinos do. Rhinos don't dance, but it was so ironic because when he fought Bolter, he was very elusive. And I thought he was going to be elusive because he can be very elusive. This is my daughter, Mikal.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. Hi.
Such a tumultuous week, Mike. How did all of the events of the past week affect you?
Listen, I broke my back, and I don't even know how I'm standing. It's a miracle, but the doctor had did something. They took me to the pain center, and I wasn't supposed to fight, but what am I going to do? I'm going to take care of my family.
How did you break your back?
A motorcycle accident probably a couple of years ago, and then I was doing my sit. I do 2,500 sit-ups a day, and I do them with 20 pounds on me. And it's one day I went up, and I came down. I couldn't go back up, and I couldn't box. Every time I boxed, and something happened. I don't know if a guy hit me, or they say he didn't hit me, but I don't know. Sometime in the gym, you know, I don't know. I trust they're new trainers. I trust them, but I was boxing with this African guy, Friday. What's Friday's full name? Anybody know Friday's full name? Well, everyone, if I mention in the fight world, knows who he is, the African heavyweight fighter. And I passed out twice, and I thought he clipped. They say he didn't knock me out, but I'm sure he hit me. But he said he didn't hit me, and I was just leery about that, too. And the doctor told me probably from the nerves in my spine, and it just exasperated me. And I was just a little frightened about that. But, you know, I mean, look at me, what I'm going to do. I'm not going to go and become a rocket scientist all of a sudden.
How did your back feel after the fight?
Well, I don't know. I had the rounds didn't go long enough to really find out. I need to just go back to Vegas and just go back to the hospital and find out.
Do you think that Clifford Etienne was intimidated by you and by the situation?
Well, you know, regardless I don't think he's intimidated me as a fighter, but then the atmosphere is very intimidating. You know, if you're not in an emotional state, in a proper emotional state, you'll fall to pieces in some kind of environment like this. I don't care sometimes how experienced you are. You lose that edge, you lose that discipline, you lose that focus for a tenth of a second. Doesn't take a second too long in this game. A tenth of a millisecond, and you fall to pieces. I don't know, but ask him. You have to ask him. But I'm sure most fighters are not afraid of me as a person. Most fighters really are tough people. They're not afraid of me outside the ring, but this is a different environment.
Are you ready to fight Lennox Lewis again?
Well, I'm not ready to fight really anyone now. I could fight him now, but I want to fight and win successful and look good winning. I don't want no decision. I need more training, more boxing. I just need to stay in the gym and be a gym rat. I'm not going to lie. I can go in there and fight, but I'm not going to go in there and look for a knockout and try to knock him out with one punch. I need to go in there, put my punches together, and concentrate and be a consummate fighter as I once was.
8 months ago in this very same arena, Lennox Lewis defeated you handily. Tonight's victory, does it in any way exercise any of the demons from that evening?
No, not really, but I'm just happy I'm successful, and I'm just happy that the Memphis and Mississippi crowd and the Southern crowd, 17,000, 14,000, whatever, they came to support me, and I'm just happy, and I'm just very grateful. This is just a moment in my life that I'm just very grateful because I was feeling real bad, not necessarily from the fight, but just many obstacles in my life, and I don't know if I really still want to fight. and I don't know what I want. I need to just think about my life and what I really want to do.
You're not sure that you want to still fight?
I don't know. You know, I'm a Muslim. I do so many things that's so outrageous, and I've been here. I've been doing this for 25 years. Can you believe that? Probably 26 years I've been fighting, and I'm only...
Since you were 10 years old?
Yeah, and the fact is, I didn't get any dignity from it. I've got nothing from it. You know, I really got nothing to establish me as a man, a human being. You know, I'm a big, tough guy, as people may see, but I'm just... Panama Lewis, come over here. But as you see, I don't know. I just need to think. I need to do a lot of thinking and find out where my occupation is heading and do talking. And I don't know. I have a lot of demons I'm dealing with, and I'm just so happy Allah's blessed me and didn't forsake me again. I'm just very grateful.
You're expressing some doubt about your future in the ring, but I can't believe you're telling us that you're not going to fight again.
It's a serious possibility. Like I said before, there's a lot of things I got to consider in my life. You know what I mean? I fought this guy. Maybe it was 40. It was how much? It was 49 seconds.
49 seconds.
I only got like $5 or $6 million. I feel pretty cheated.
You mean you cheated the fans?
No, I've been cheated.
You've been cheated $6 million for 49 seconds?
I believe so. I've trained real hard with a broken back, sir, with bronchitis. Been knocked out twice in the gym. Listen, I had some issues, so I don't really know. It's really, I got to think about what I want to do with my occupation.
How Jeremy can keep a straight face interviewing him, I have no idea. Oh, that broken back, by the way, he's talked about this for a while, dating back to that '97 motorcycle accident he had in Connecticut. So not really any new news, but this was the 6th quickest knockout of Iron Mike's career. His quickest KO, as Keith mentioned at the top of the show, 1986, when he finished Marvis Frazier in just 30 seconds. Another thing his 6 quickest knockouts have in common is that they were all non-title bouts. Back here on ESPN News, and you know you can do a lot of things in 49 seconds. Run the length of a football field, reheat something in the microwave, tie your shoes. Mike Tyson knocks guys out in 49 seconds. With reaction and analysis to Iron Mike's defeat of Clifford Etienne and what might be next, here are Jeremy Schaap and Al Bernstein.
Buddy McGirt, Clifford Etienne's trainer, told anyone who would listen all week that his fighter would stand toe-to-toe with Mike Tyson and trade punches. Al Bernstein, was that strategy a blunder?
Well, you know, I don't think anyone expected Buddy McGirt to turn Clifford Etienne into a pure boxer in just a couple of months. But it was surprising that Etienne didn't try to do anything to push this fight into the later rounds, where he would have clearly had some kind of advantage. Instead, he stood right in front of Tyson, did exchange with him, did land some pretty good left hooks, but Etienne is primarily an arm puncher. And, of course, we know he's been knocked down many times by other fighters, and so we know he can't absorb a big punch. And so that strategy led to the big overhand right, which knocked Etienne down and out.
How did that strategy play into Mike Tyson's hands?
Well, you know, Freddie Roach and Tyson pretty much admitted that because of the back problems, because of the flu Tyson had, the missed time in training, there was no way he could extend himself and go long in this fight, so he had to come out blazing and get Etienne out of there. So it created the opening for Tyson to just bomb him with one big punch, and that's exactly what he did. Etienne made it easier for Tyson.
Was Etienne intimidated by either the situation or the opponent?
I think both, truthfully, and I think that showed in what he did. It was almost kind of a nervous energy like we saw from Michael Spinks when he faced Tyson and what we saw from Michael Grant when he faced Lennox Lewis. And so the technique that Etienne could have used went out the window.
49 seconds, a convincing but not extremely revealing victory for Mike Tyson. For Al Bernstein, I'm Jeremy Schaap in Memphis.
Thank you, guys. When it comes to quick finishes, no one does it better than Mike Tyson. Of all the fighters who've held the undisputed heavyweight crown, Tyson's first-round knockout percentage of nearly 40% is by far the best. Jack Dempsey is next at 33%. Iron Mike has 21 first-round knockouts in 53 career bouts. And, oh, by the way, if you're wondering, Tanya Harding lost her pro debut a split decision to Samantha Browning.
First, though, Mike Tyson going for his 50th win. Some synergy there, certainly. It was pretty much your standard pre-fight week. Tyson's assistant trainer quit, saying his fighter hadn't trained. His camp called off the fight, citing everything from a bad back to bronchitis to a new tattoo. Tyson finally showed up when Clifford Etienne pulled out, until his wife said, get in there and get that $900,000 payday. Etienne, who learned to box in prison, nicknamed the Black Rhino, milking his 15 minutes and hoping the fight would at least last that long. It did not. Returning to the same ring in which Tyson lost to Lennox Lewis last June, the fight in Memphis lasted 49 seconds. Tyson landed one punch the entire fight after pulling Etienne down to the canvas just a few seconds in. The punch was legit, a devastating right that caught Etienne flush on the jaw. It immediately dropped Etienne, who seemed so determined to stay down that he took his mouthpiece out himself almost before he hit the canvas. There's the punch again. Mike Tyson, a first-round TKO, 49 seconds in, his 6th quickest knockout ever. Afterward, he spoke to Jeremy Schaff.
Mike, how did all of the events of the past week affect you?
Listen, I broke my back, and I don't even know how I'm standing. It's a miracle, but the doctor had did something. They took me to the pain center, and I wasn't supposed to fight, but what am I going to do? I'm going to take care of my family.
How did you break your back?
A motorcycle accident probably a couple of years ago, and then I was doing my sit. I do 2,500 sit-ups a day, and I do them with 20 pounds on me. And it's one day I went up, and I came down. I couldn't go back up, and I couldn't box. Every time I boxed, and something happened. I don't know if a guy hit me, or they say he didn't hit me, but I don't know. Sometime in the gym, you know, I don't know. I trust they're new trainers. I trust them, but I was boxing with this African guy, Friday. What's Friday's full name? Anybody know Friday's full name? Well, everyone, if I mention in the fight world, knows who he is, the African heavyweight fighter. And I passed out twice, and I thought he clipped. They say he didn't knock me out, but I'm sure he hit me. But he said he didn't hit me, and I was just leery about that, too. And the doctor told me probably from the nerves in my spine, and it just exasperated me. And I was just a little frightened about that. But, you know, I mean, look at me, what I'm going to do. I'm not going to go and become a rocket scientist all of a sudden.
Well, there is somewhat of an explanation about a tumultuous week. Tyson said doctors told him he'd been training with a broken back, but still no definitive word on the exact condition of Tyson's back. It's his quickest knockout since sending Lou Savarese to the mat 38 seconds in 3 years ago.